Hey y'all, how y'all doing out there today? Coming to you today, Sunday, April 12th. Oops, sorry about that. Please bear with me. Sorry about that. Coming to you today, Sunday, April 12th. I want to talk to you today on the dating gap. Stephanie will be joining in hopefully soon, or either I have another guest going to join in with me. So, if you're out there paying attention, please like, share, and subscribe to Out of the Mud Inc. We're on several different platforms. I want to give a shout out to George F. Grundy II for making this happen for me today. And also James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, for allowing us to be on this platform all together. And Larry Lott, who's always been supportive about a lot of things. Shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Um, Today, I just had an idea. I want to talk about the dating gap. Can a relationship work with a huge age difference? If you got some questions or concerns, or you got any word for me, or just talk about it, try to chime in. We're going to put the link in the chat line. Get on that chat line. Check me out. Let's talk about it. So, first thing I want to know with everybody is what age difference is acceptable when you're dating? Is it a 5 year gap? Is it a 10-year gap? Is it a 15 or 20-year gap? I'm starting to find that, as Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number. It all depends on the way that person carries themselves and the way they treat you or how they respond to you in this relationship. I've had the pleasure of meeting a couple young guys and a couple of older guys that have pretty much struck an interest, but I haven't processed and moved forward any. However, there is an older person that I consider a very nice gentleman, and he does come around. He supports me. Um, he wants to spend a little more time and hang out, and I'm okay with that. But I just had a thought about this age gap thing, and I just want to know what y'all think about that. Can this a relationship survive with this age gap? Will accept him or her, and vice versa? What if the woman was the older one and the guy was the younger one? How would you proceed? What would you do? How would you feel? You know, I'm quite sure if it's an older woman dating a younger man, her children would probably have something to say or be upset or have an issue with this dating situation with this huge age gap. However, some people mature very fast. Really, they do. And most women mature faster than men. With that being said, I'm going to say this, and it might affect some people, but I'm going to say it anyway. Just because you're a certain age doesn't mean you're grown. And just because you're grown doesn't mean that you're mature. A lot of people run around here just using their age, throwing it out there like it's a bag of chips. Like, here, you get a bag of chips, you get a bag. It ain't even, they have no substance about their age. They have no substance about how they tend to proceed through their life in a relationship. So I just want to know what y'all think. Get on the chat line. I don't know if y'all can call in, but I'm getting a number to you, 248-820-5053, coming to you from Out of the Mud. Y'all, this weather is breaking. So there's going to be a lot of people out there trying to get at other people. Careful the decisions you make, okay, and who you make these decisions with. Because one thing's for sure, being in a relationship is supposed to just be about you and your mate. That is all. So it'll be about you and your mate, not about the family, not about people's opinion about who you should be with or what you're doing. And that's where a lot of people make the mistake at, by getting involved in a relationship and then allow other people to dictate what this relationship should look like and what it should be. I feel that a lot of people misconstrue the age gap. Sometimes a younger woman might need an older man to balance her. And sometimes an older woman might need a younger man to balance her. Or balance him, you know, not trying to be his mother or trying to upraise him again. But sometimes it's a lot of young guys out here that really carry themselves like a real man is supposed to. I know for a fact of a relationship where it's a 10-year gap. And in this 10-year gap, I'm gonna tell you right now, they seem to be having a wonderful time. And it's the woman that's a little older. However, um, they're making it work. And everybody loved them together. So I don't see it being an issue about an age gap. Hey, April. April Williams said, balance. Exactly. People balance each other out all the time. Does it mean that you have to be the same age as your mate to balance them out? No. Does it mean you have to be of a certain statute to balance that person out? No. I mean, you may find the qualities in somebody that you're being with or dating that another person didn't even see that in them, but you may see that in them. So we have to give each other grace and space. We have to allow these things to manifest. So, in my opinion, I do believe that a relationship with a gap, whether it's 5, 10, 15, or 20-year gap, I do believe it can work. I mean, look at Anna Nicole Smith. People talked about her with the old guy. You don't know what that man got out from her or how he loved her. Look at Cher with her younger boyfriend. Um, what's her name? The Osborne chick. She got a young dude. There we go. Stephanie just called me, so maybe she'll be chiming in. George, if you can send her
You
the
gotta
link, let
put
her
it on do
chime
not
in.
disturb.
Um, I feel that
You gotta put your phone on do not disturb.
anything that you do in life when you're in a relationship, it should be about you and that person. It does not necessarily have to be other people involved in your relationship to make it work. Keep people out of your business. You know, I did a poetry event today, and if you missed it, you missed it. One of the poets had this verse in her poem, and it said, it ain't nobody's business. She basically was saying it ain't nobody's business who she date, how she date, what she does, and what she does in her date. It was pretty raunchy, y'all. I ain't gonna repeat it, but y'all should have been there to hear this. But make sure y'all show up for April 26th. I'll be doing another event on April 26th at Levels. Want to give a shout out to Dink Sosa and his brother Montez and to Art Woodson. Y'all go vote for that man. That man is for the people. Now, back to the program at hand. So, if a woman was younger than her mate, how do you think people look at her? Do you think they call her a hussy or she's a gold digger? How do people look at men when they date older women? I know they're going to call her a cougar, but are they saying that she's his meal ticket? It's a lot of questions regarding this situation on the dating gap. It's a lot of eyebrow raising situations that people will basically ridicule other people about or whatever just because they feel, hey, you're in a relationship with somebody and you're happy and they don't want to see you happy, so they're going to come and destroy it. But then you got people that get in relationships just to play games, just to um, say that they're in a relationship. Like some people get married just to be able to say they're married, and they don't even care about being married. Okay. Some people date younger people just because they want to feel young again. Some people date older people because they feel they're more mature. But as I stated, maturity has no level, it has no age. This age gap, age gap will basically prove, hey girl,
Hey,
how you?
I'm good.
That's great. I am y'all ignore my dog in the background. He just barks at everything. Um I'm glad you can be aboard. So you know today's topic is the dating gap. Can a relationship work with a huge gap? And I'm talking about a 5, a 10, 15, or a 2-year gap.
Oh,
Ooh, Stephanie outside, baby.
girl, I
Yeah.
am outside. It's a beautiful day today.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm basically wanting to be outside, but I got to do this for a second, y'all, so I can get this shared. I do apologize. But thank you all so much for being here. And Stephanie, what you got to say about this dating gap?
You dating gap when it comes to age wise.
Yes.
Well, I think it all depends on the maturity of the person.
Amen. I just said that. Yes. Go right ahead, girl. What you
Yes,
talking?
I think it depends on the maturity of either party, the older party and the and the younger party. And the younger party will most definitely have to be on another level, have to level up or be on that level of the older person.
Mm-hmm.
Very prime example, if it's the younger woman dating a older male, that woman, if she's serious about it, because nowadays you get a lot of these younger people in it for the wrong reason. What is your
Yes.
intentions on being with this older man or this older woman? Is you trying to get a sugar daddy, a sugar mama, or what is the reason behind it? So let's
Mm-hmm.
start there.
Yep. Yeah, I said that too because I was like, I'm with you on all of that. I said it's got to do with the maturity level. It does not matter what the age is. But then, what do you think? I think that when people, like you just said, I think when people see an older man with a younger woman, they immediately think that she's in it as a gold digger. And if they see a younger man with an older woman, they immediately think she's his meal ticket. But
And
when
that's
you
not
got
always
shit,
true.
yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not. Cher has a younger boyfriend.
Oh,
Sharon Osbourne has a young boyfriend. I think Tina Turner did too. I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But I know a lot of these celebrities are dating younger,
yep.
and
I'm
that's
gonna
how
tell
they're
you
carrying
what.
themselves.
Listen, if I find me an 80-year-old man, don't y'all be looking at me sideways, okay?
Oh, I'm not. I just when I started the show out, I was just saying there's a guy that I'm interested in. He's older than me. I think he got me about 10, maybe 12 years, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 14. I
Okay,
don't know. But the thing is, I don't look at him as an older man. I look at him
okay.
as a nice gentleman that is paying attention to me. He wants to be my friend. He wants to get to know me a little more. He knows me, but he wants to move forward getting to know me. Like he asked me today to go out. He want to take me out for my birthday, which is next Sunday, and I'm gonna go for it.
Absolutely.
I'm
I mean, and
gonna
it could be, and let me say this. When a seasoned woman then been through, it may take an older man to
go
be
for it.
understanding and receptive to that. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's what you need is someone older because you didn't been down through there. So since you didn't been down through there, now you need this older man that could show you something different.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
talking about.
he
That's what
might
I'm
be able to
talking about.
show he might be able to show you something different, and it won't
Different than what I'm
necessarily be
accustomed to.
for the money. Absolutely not, because you can hold your own self down, right? Let's go
Mm-hmm.
there. You can hold your own self down. So, but that being said, this older man will bring something mentally and emotionally different to you that you haven't experienced with someone your age or younger. How about that?
Exactly. And
Yeah,
one of the callers chimed in on the line, April, and she said, balance. It's a balance. You gotta
absolutely.
find somebody that balance you, that you're balancing with. You're
Mhm.
balancing their life, they're balancing your life. It's not all about how old you are.
Yeah.
Not all about what you can give me, what can I take from this. And it's definitely not about laying down with somebody just because they want to. You
Mm-mm.
gotta be able to have intimacy of the mind
Mm-hmm.
and the heart and the spirit before you
Yeah.
try to move forward with anything else. That's how
Oh
I
yeah.
feel. That's how I
Absolutely.
feel.
We was just talking about this. I have a someone that I know very close to me. She's starting to date a older guy, and I told her to go for it. I say because he's showing her respect. He's showing her opening up the door. He's showing her, calling her, asking her to, random, just let me take you out. Let's go out to eat. He's showing her something different that even at our age, something that we have struggled to get,
Right.
that we've been wanting. And I
Right.
told her, I said, yeah, girl, I said, go for it, because the more time you spend with the person, the more you get to know them. So
Mm-hmm.
without spending time, you're not going to be able to get to know that person. So I,
Exactly.
I was like, absolutely date him. And I think he got her by almost maybe 20 years.
Okay. And that was part of the thing. I had a 5, 10, 15, 20 year gap. How could that work? Is it possible to work? I say yes. I say yes, it
Absolutely.
is possible to work. I think that people look into things oddly enough to try to drag somebody through the mud. Like they'll be like, "Ooh, girl, why you with that old man?" Or
Mhm.
"Ooh, boy, why you with that old woman? You that woman old enough to be your mama." Blah blah
Yep.
blah blah. Blah. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes for
Uh-huh.
people, either because your maturity level might not always be where you want it to be just because your age. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You could be 45 years old and still act like a 12-year-old.
What was the name of that lady? You remember that lady? She looked like a Marilyn Monroe, and she ended up dying,
Oh,
but she was dating
Anna
that
Nicole
older man,
Smith. Yep.
Anna Nicole Smith. Now,
Yep.
to me, everybody said that she was in it with that man for the money, but I really genuinely feel like
I said that.
she loved that man.
I said
Not
that.
for the things that he could do for her, because realistically, he didn't do a lot for her.
He
If they
saved
look
her.
back, he
He
saved
saved
her.
her heart, her soul.
Yep,
Yeah.
he saved her, and I think that he was a safe space for her, mentally and physically. She felt safe with him, because when I really went down and looked at the whole situation, he didn't really do much for her. He didn't do much for her, and as a matter of fact, I felt like she did a lot for him, because she helped take care of that man.
Yeah.
She was there for him mentally, and he knew he was getting old, and he needed this younger woman around to help take care of him, and she
Right.
was there.
And people
And
try to dog him out.
when he died, they was like, yeah, she was all in it for the money, and I didn't believe that, because
I didn't either.
I don't think she got a dime.
And actually, I think that's the reason why she got so deep off into the pills and drinking,
Yep.
because she was depressed. And first off, she loved that man, she lost him, and then for the things that, because people are cruel. The people were cruel to her to make her
Hmm.
feel like she was basically, quote unquote, using this man for money,
Yep. Yep.
and
And
she
then
felt bad about it.
yep.
And
And
I think that's why
it
she
took her
destroyed
down
her
through
own.
depression. Because
Yeah,
if that's what the case for, then how come she wasn't all the way happy? She could have been all spending that money, that man's money, and not cared, not one iota about what nobody said or
exactly,
thought.
exactly.
If it was all about the money, but we allow people in society to bring us mentally down,
Yep.
instead of working off our own intuition and our own self reserve, thinking of what we want for ourselves, and not worry about what everybody else think. But the society have it like that about, well, this person think this about me, or we worries about that. And
Yep.
if you stop worrying about what other people think, or how they feel, or even how they look at you, if you with an older man and you walk in a bar, or at a dinner table, and they can look, and guess what? I'm gonna give y'all something to see. I'm gonna give y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all what love look like. I'm gonna show you what love look like. Something that y'all been wanting and needing and can't get it. So I think if it's a balance, and it can, and both parties are mature, and can handle the age gap, I think absolutely. I think go for it. And I think us women need to be scared to go outside of what we're used to, the norm for us. Sometimes we might need to try something different. And something different might be what you need, Terralisa. That's something different, even though you may not even be fully attracted to him. Maybe it's an attraction thing because he's older. Maybe that's something that you need. Maybe we got to stop looking at the physicality of things, and look at the mental and the emotional parts of people, and what people can bring to you to help you along, and take out all that other stuff, and we get caught up into the physicality. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Uh-oh. George, can you hear me? Mm. We lost some sound. Did we lose? I can't hear. Ask George, can he hear you? Can you hear me? Okay, now I hear you now. Yeah. Okay, we're back. We're back, y'all.
Yeah, anytime somebody called my phone, I'm trying. I put it on do not disturb, but anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. But
Yeah,
we was
yeah,
having a decent conversation. But yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I heard you.
Yes. So don't look at that. Look at what this guy can offer you and put you in a safer space.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
that's the most important thing. If putting having somebody safe for us. And a lot of people say, well, what do you mean by safe? And I'm not talking about financially safe. I'm talking about mentally safe.
Yeah.
Mentally safe, you know,
Hmm.
respecting me as a woman and understanding me, my
Hmm.
goods and my bads, you know, my
Exactly.
conversations that I might bring to you that's uncomfortable,
This
you
is
know,
terrible. Okay.
and stuff like.
I lost you, Stephanie. Hello? We're having technical difficulties. However, I'm sure she'll get out and get back in. And I had to turn it this way because I could barely see the screen the long way. But nevertheless, um, George, you can hear me, correct? Yeah, yeah. Hello. Well, everybody knows that the dating gap is something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it actually happens daily. Um, but this is where it gets weird at for me. I'm trying to give my co-host a chance to get back on air. You there, Stephanie?
Hello,
I hear you. Can you hear me?
hello.
Can you hear me? I can hear you. There you go. Can you hear me? Stephanie. She had to lie. I figured out that sometimes when people call you, it messes with the audio, especially when we're using our phones. So I do apologize for that. Soon as she get back on, I'm gonna finish my statement in regarding the age gap. Um, just to see where your thoughts at. And again, if you're out there listening, get on the chat line, 248-820-5053, or check the link or the line for the link. And I want to give a shout out to James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, George F. Grundy II, and Larry Lott. I'm telling you, Out of the Mud Media Company is doing things, and we're working on a lot of things that's going to keep us out here in the public. If you didn't catch my show, the Red Alert show, we had Sardius the Stone Simmons on there. And oh my, this that was a very beautiful show. That guy was very humble. And then on Wednesday, check me out on Wednesday. I'm gonna have DeAndre Savage on there. And man, I'm telling you. Stephanie,
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know
So
what happened.
this, I don't know. Sometimes when people call my phone and knock out everything for me, I figured out what to do. So I want to say this with the dating app gate, the dating gap in the age. The only part of that that bothers me is if the man is, let's say, 22, 23, and he's dating a 14-year-old. That's a problem. Or vice versa. If the woman is 22, 21, and she's dating a 15, 16-year-old, I think that's a problem. It doesn't get as weird when you're above age, when you're legally an adult. It's not as weird. But when you're a young and you're still in your teens and you're dating someone older, I think that that's where a big problem lies at right there. I don't agree with that part, and I don't think that should happen. Where's my host at? But nevertheless, if you got anything you want to say about that, jump on that chat line. Let me know your thoughts. Give us a call, 248-820-5053, or say something. I'm eager to hear what you got to say. And where are all my other Out of the Mud podcasters at? What y'all out there doing today? I know today is a Sunday. You probably want to sit back and relax and do your thing. But you know what? Let's be on here to support one another, look out for one another, and share our stories because we can link in many ways together, you know. Um, so I'm not sure what's going on the other end, but nevertheless, show still goes on, correct? So, how many of y'all out there have officially dated someone younger or older? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I've never really dated anyone way older than me, but maybe a year or two older, and then a few people younger, but they were all grown. Just so you know, that's why I made that point earlier. They were grown though. You back with me, Stephanie? I can't hear you. Oh, I can't hear you. No. There we go.
Terralisa, can you hear me?
I hear you, George.
All right.
Can you hear me, Stephanie? I can't hear Stephanie though. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay. She said, hold on a second. She trying something. Wow. Did y'all go to church today? Did y'all go to church today? If you did, let me know what church you went to. I want to know what your message was today. We had a good message today. One of our elders of the church delivered a very beautiful message today.
Mm.
Okay. Um, Stephanie, I don't know if you caught this part, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna retract. I said the age gap in dating only is a problem for me when it's like a woman or a man that's 21, 22 dating a 14-year-old. I have a problem with that part of the age gap.
Absolutely.
Or if that person is 19 and the person they're dating is 25, 26. I have a problem with that. That's the problem
Yeah.
I have.
My That's so funny you say that because my cousin was on Facebook, right? And she asked that question because it was like we have a cousin that's 14 that wanted to date this 21-year-old. And she asked who all agreed upon it. I definitely do not agree with that.
I don't
Even though
either.
as you get older, it's different with that age gap because we have experienced life and we have been through trials and tribulations. This 16, 17-year-old ain't been through nothing, or 16 ain't been through enough in life to be dealing with no 21, 22, 23, or nothing like that. So
Most definitely I agree.
I totally disagree with that because that younger person have not been able to do experience not a third of nothing of or be at the mature level of what that older person can even bring to them. They would
Right.
have no understanding.
Yep. Now, if the age gap was that difference and they were like a 23-year-old and a 42-year-old, yeah, I can see that. You know, I
Yeah,
wouldn't have a problem with that. But it's when you in the teens and you
no.
trying to date a grown man or a grown woman.
Mm-mm. And shame
I,
on that grown man and grown woman for trying to date a 16, 17-year-old.
yeah,
Shame.
shame on you. I don't agree with that, and I think that that is sickening because that's just like saying a 15-year-old trying to talk to an 8-year-old girl. That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like to me.
And
That's all I see in my
the
mind.
lower you get, the more ridiculous it sounds.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. The dating gap. And it ain't
Hmm.
even dating, but if you interested in somebody and they're a kid, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
What's wrong
Yep.
with you?
And
You know,
you get a lot of that, with the older men wanting these younger women. But if you of age, then
of age.
yeah, it's okay to. And I've had this conversation with someone else too about the dating gap. Because for me, I know I have an older daughter, and my older daughter, she sometimes would date it like or like the older guy. And I was like, this is when she was kind of younger. I was like, what do you think your dad gonna feel about that? Oh no, will not know about this. Because
Yep,
dad
yep.
is not going to agree with this. Now, one eye older, but do you know why? Because dad, as a man, understand about the what's going on out here
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
men and younger women, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is a
Mm-hmm.
man. So he has more understanding to what's going on. Not to say that he's experienced it or did it, but he's a man and he know what how men are or how can be when it
Mhm.
comes to the younger women.
I remember when my son was about, let me see, I think he might have been 15, 16 maybe. And he had a girlfriend and they were cool. They were high school friends and everything. And this older woman that I had met through another mutual friend, the older woman came over and I noticed she had been eyeballing and checking out my son and eyeballing and checking, but she didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden, she started eating chicken all provocatively at my looking at my son and talking about what she can do to the chicken bone and just imagine this. And she going through the motion and doing all this stuff. And I said, wait a minute. And I know at this time this woman was older than me.
Hmm.
And it upset me. And I told her, I was like, you can leave my house. I said, because I don't appreciate that. That is a child. That's my child. And then she went off
Period.
on, yeah, she went all off on me and left and stormed out and all this stuff, threatened to come back and wanted to fight me and everything. Girl, I sat on my porch all night long with a bat and a gun. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to say that. On the porch all night long, daring her to come back. And I told
Yeah.
my kids, I said, leave them weapons right there on the porch. I said, as long as don't nobody pull out nothing and they don't come here and try to jump, we finna scrap.
Yep.
And she
Because
never showed up though.
that's so disrespectful.
It was. She disrespected my house and my child.
And yeah, absolutely. And you as a mother,
Exactly. And I
that's
was like, I
crazy.
didn't agree with that.
Absolutely not. I remember my mom, my brother, he was 16 or I think he was 16 and he was dating this guy, this girl from General Motors. But
Hmm.
we didn't know she worked at General Motors. We found out when she got there because my mother knew her because my
Oh,
mother worked at AC. And my mother was like, she looked familiar. She's older. And she was like, boy, what is you, and ma'am, what is you doing at my house to see Marcus? No, you not. Well, you getting ready to leave this house right now.
hmm.
That was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
but no, especially it's like we said, 16, 17 year olds, you dating a woman that was clearly just too much older than you. And that, for me, I think that's taking advantage of a child's youth.
girl, you said a mouthful right there. Taking advantage of a child's
Child's
youth.
youth.
I
Yep.
like that.
You take
Mm-mm-mm.
advantage of a child's youth and you're trying to grow them up much faster that they need to be. It's already sad enough that society have to grow our children up and,
Girl,
and, and the way of life have to grow our children up faster. But for these individuals to come around and try to do that, I think it's a sad
it's
thing.
like it's like they're predators. I was looking at something. How when you're on Facebook and you scrolling and you see different things, and just happened to stop by this reel, and this lady was saying, "Oh, you going to jail?" Can you hear me, Stephanie?
Yeah, I hear you.
This lady was like, "Oh, you going to jail? You going to jail?" And they come out. I'm like, "What's she talking about? You don't see nobody." She was like, "This grown woman is in the house with my 14-year-old kid. You was going to jail." And lady actually called the police. She called the
Mhm.
police on the lady that was in her house with her 14-year-old son.
That's
And the
crazy.
police, and they arrested that lady. They really
Absolutely. And
did. They
she should
arrested.
do
She was
some
like,
time.
yeah. She was like, you was in here taking a. She said it. You taking advantage of my young child. And what is you in here grown as ever in your 20s up in here with a 14-year-old?
Yep, absolutely. Well, I think it's a thing that need to be talked about because nowadays our children are growing up looking older than what they are and trying to act older than what they are and fooling people
Hmm.
too. We have to be aware of that. And fooling
Yep.
and not telling their correct age because they walking around more healthier looking than the average grown woman and more manlier than the average grown man. So that's I don't know if
Hmm.
it's got to be something in the
I don't know, girl, but they better start being careful and asking these kids.
exactly.
Yeah. I just discovered or heard about one of my great
Keep
nephews
going out.
acting like that, telling people his age is a different age because he's trying to talk to somebody younger. But nevertheless, You just got to be careful. Dating itself, you got to be careful. You have to be careful anyway, because some people may not want to see you in a relationship. Some people may not want to have you, um, or not have you. Some people may not want to see anybody. But at that point in life, you got to make sure that the person that you're dealing with is going to be the person you dealing with, not your family dealing with, and not your friends dealing with. You dealing with a person. You got to make right, wrong your own right. Or I said that backwards. I'm sorry. Right your own wrongs, and you know, get involved. And sometimes you got to tell people, stay out your business. Stay out your business and keep your business to yourself. You know, I just think that growing up, what they call them, old heads versus YNs. We prefer.
Huh?
I said old heads. I said some people going against like old heads versus YNs. Which one do you prefer? So
I can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I cannot deal with a YN. I'm listen. I'm for the geriatrics. Okay. I think I didn't even
okay,
bypass the 50s and 60s. I'm on the geriatrics.
hey, I don't blame you.
I
I don't
need
blame
to.
you.
I need. But girl, I can't. Nowadays, these YNs, no,
They're a
no,
different breed right now. It's a
no.
different
They
breed.
yes, Lord, yes, Lord.
Yeah, I
uh.
think I think some of them they don't really have meaning of being a YN. I think they're living up to the name, and living up to the uh the attention you get for being a YN. I really think some of them really want to genuinely be a good person and be a good man, but because they don't, there's no more men. You know what? That's why I'm gonna give a shout out to Larry. Larry Lott is a mentor of young men, and he wants to get them lifted up to where they're respectful to themselves, family members, especially to the women and their mothers. And I commend you, Larry,
Absolutely.
for doing that. I really do, because a lot of guys don't even take time to teach their son to be a man, you
Right.
know. And there's a lot of women that don't try to teach their daughters how to be a woman. They're too busy
Right.
trying to do things themselves or be like, she'll figure it out, you know. I think that our society, like you said earlier, our society is allowing
God damn it. Gee.
Stephanie having technical difficulties, and I do apologize. You there with me, Stephanie? You can hear me? Can you hear me, Steph?
Yeah.
Okay. I think society has placed a bad seed in our minds when it comes to trying to upbring our children, because everybody wants to be on top, right? Everybody want to be
Yes.
seen. Everybody want that attention. But ain't nobody taking time to explain to these children why they need to be the way they are, why they need to have a better upbringing, why they need to understand that, you know what, you don't just walk out the street and say, oh, I like him, let me start messing around. Or I like her, let me see what I can buy her. You don't have to do all that to get to know somebody.
No.
Everybody want to be king pin. Everybody want to have all and all the fact. Sometimes it don't take all of that. It don't take
Mm-mm.
all of that.
It really don't. But the
Conversation is
younger
key.
and then sometimes it's just cliquish and sometimes it's like who can get who and it's about reputation. It's with these younger kids. It's man, it's so different. I deal with it on a regular basis, just watching it
Right.
through my youngest daughter, and I'm hearing on the phone and watching it. It's like wow, it is just crazy. I'm like, man, we did not act like that, and nor were I don't remember us being young, being thirsty.
I
At
like
such
that
a
word.
yeah, being thirsty at a young age like that. I mean, I think they sometimes they get not let me say um just feel the need of love but let me say this let me say this a
Come
lot of
on, Tommy
times for
boy.
the younger women, for the younger girls, I think they lack fathers in their life,
Mm-hmm.
and I think because of lack of fathers in their life they look for they look for that safety net outside. They try to get it where they didn't get it at home.
Right.
And they want that love, even though it's not the fatherly love, but they, and then they wasn't taught by a man on the boys, on what you should and shouldn't do. We as mothers, we can only teach them the woman part of it, and we can go by what we experience, but those are our experiences, right? But as a man, only a man can teach a daughter about the men,
Mm-hmm.
and about the boys that they're growing up to be. So
Mm-hmm.
again, shout out to Larry Lott as being a 10 toes down father. Shout out to James Mayfield for being a 10 toes down father. You
Amen.
know, we need those type of men in our children's lives,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not mentors, they're teachers.
Yep. Because society
We
will swallow them up.
Yeah, and it will. And I really think that we are lacking that. And it don't even have to be a two-parent home. The father can be somewhere else, but take time and be with your children, and take them to play basketball. Know when your son is interested in girls. Know when your daughter is lurking around and looking at the boys in a certain way. So you can
Mm-hmm.
have those conversations, even if it's uncomfortable, but you know when to have it. Have it.
Yep.
Because
Tom,
if we don't do it in the house, if we don't teach them, the streets will.
girl, that's what I
Other
said.
other
Society gonna
kids will.
swallow them up. They're gonna swallow them up. Tommy Boy gonna say y'all was thirsty. No, sir.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Thirsty for some Dr. Pepper. You got a cold Dr. Pepper over there?
Or
That's about
Sprite.
it. Or a Sprite. That's the only thing I was thirsty for. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
But sometimes they do, because it's I just see it with the competition, or she got a boyfriend, or he got a girlfriend, or I can get a man and you can't get a man. It's be all kind of low key stuff that they won't even admit to that's
That's what
going
I
on.
said. Some people get in relationships just to say they're in one. Some people get married just to say they're married. Some people do these things just to have the
A title.
credentials, huh?
A title.
A title and the credentials to say, "Oh, I got that." You know what? What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it?
Oh God, that's just like getting a degree. You get that degree, what you gonna do with it? You gonna let
Exactly.
it sit it on the table, or you gonna take it out there to the workforce and get a decent job or something that you worked for, or you just gonna look at it and let it look good?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I feel that as me growing older, um, I know I made a lot of mistakes in life, and a lot of them came with making a bad decision on a person that I probably should have left behind. I should have never got involved. So as I get older, I'm realizing that the decisions I make in life will always alter the next day for me. So every day I make a decision about something, something's getting altered. And one of the things I'm very careful about is trying to be in a relationship and dating. I haven't dated in a while, and it wasn't because I can't. I mean, I get asked to go out. It's just that I wasn't physically ready and mentally because I'm still healing and working on me. You know,
Absolutely understood.
what did Tommy Boy say again? He said, "You guys are making some." I can't read it. Great. I don't know what he said. I can't. I can't see it. Can you see it, Stephanie? What did
Oh,
he
it
say?
says you guys are making some great points.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tommy Boy. I appreciate it. We were hoping that somebody got on this chat line and was telling us their ideas and thoughts because I'm gonna tell you, hey, we always try to come with a powerful message about something that don't nobody want to talk about because everybody too, ooh, that's we can't say that. Let's don't talk about that because then I mean I'm telling on myself. Well, tell on yourself because you telling on yourself may be helping somebody else get better because why you gonna hold this knowledge back?
Mm-hmm.
Why you gonna sit on it?
And that is so true, because sometimes I try to teach my daughter some things that I've been through, so that she won't go through them. I
Exactly.
just had that conversation. You know, and it was suggested to me that, have those conversations of the things, or let her know what you've been through is
Mm-hmm.
to teach you what not to go through and what not to do, so you can have make better, healthier choices and
And
and and,
decisions.
and decisions.
Yep.
Absolutely. And get her to understand that, don't take it personal of what I'm saying to you, but also let her know what my faults were, and my bad
Mm-hmm.
and my bad decisions, because we all make them. If one
Yep.
person sit on here and say they ain't never made a bad decision,
Girl,
you'll lie.
that's right. I'm gonna virtually slap you. Give you a virtual
Right.
slap.
Because we all have made them, and it's okay. But our
Yes.
things that we've been through
Yes.
should make our children look at us and make healthier and better choices.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, I think about like the thing that I got in trouble about. So I got in trouble making a bad decision back in 22. It finally caught up with me in 25, and it wasn't because I was running from it, and it wasn't because I didn't try to take care of it. The system just swallowed me up and forgot about me. But when they but when they remembered, they came at me with full force. So I'm like
Yeah,
3 years later. And now you're
yeah,
doing this to me. You now you're altering my life for a bad decision I made. And now it's 4 years ago. So
yeah,
I talk about these things as not just to be speaking, but it's healing for me to say these things and do these things and explain these things, admit to them. You know, when I
yeah,
admit
and
to
it's
things that
healthy.
I've done, I feel better about myself because I'm not out here trying to sugarcoat to somebody or lie to somebody or make them feel that, you know what, I'm all that. No, I'm not. I am
Yeah.
a piece of work and I am under construction by the Lord because I'm never going to be perfect. I got too many
Mm-mm.
flaws.
But we work on to do better. We're not perfect, but we work on ourselves, and working on ourselves on a daily basis. You might skip a day, but on a daily basis to do better and to see our bads in ourselves to make them good.
Hmm.
Because I can't, but for a person that don't see their faults and don't see that they do wrong. Hey, I pray for you, because we all
I pray for
have
you.
faults. I pray for you because we all have faults in us, or some type of way, because we wasn't born perfect. We were born with flaws.
Yep.
The only perfect being, or yeah, being is God.
Yep. We
That's
are
it.
imperfect people serving a perfect.
Perfect Lord. Yeah, and that is so true. But only when we get ourselves out of denial. Only will we get better, and have
Yes.
healthier minds and healthier relationships. This is even with
Exactly.
normal. This is even with normal relationships. Once we work on ourselves, and realize what our faults is, and work on ourselves, and be, what word can I say, and be real with ourselves,
Hmm.
we can have future better relationships.
Yep.
And because we worked on, I'm not worried about the next person. That's on them. The only
Hmm.
person I can work on is me.
Yes. Yes.
That is
That.
me. As long as I work on me, then God gonna already fix that person, if that person is for me, or that person gonna get to fly, because I'm doing because I'm doing the work on me, and this is what I'm asking for. So yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
absolutely.
Hmm. And that's you nailed it right there. You nailed it. You're working on you
Hmm.
and you're with somebody who obviously needs to understand that you're working on you. They should be working on them while y'all
Hmm.
work together as one. Unity in the community. If you communicate, you do your thing. Like I said, I don't know if you were in your camera out or what, but when I said when you're in a relationship with somebody, it doesn't matter the age gap or whatever, not teens, we talking about adults. If you're in a
Hmm.
situation in a relationship, that relationship is between you two. It's not your family's relationship. That come later. It's not your children's relationship. That come later. If you're trying to get to know somebody and be into them, that's what you should be focused on. That's the most thing you should be focused on. Somebody named
Gail Coney. Hey, Gail. Yeah,
Hello,
that part.
Gail.
And
She
that,
said that part.
that's
Yes.
true.
Yep. You have to
That's true.
focus on that. That's all you need to focus on. And then all that other stuff is going to come together because if somebody see you're strong in this relationship, regardless of this age gap, they're going to respect that,
Yep.
you
They
know?
have to, but that's the only way we can gain respect, especially with our children, right? Sometimes our kids, especially our older kids, they may not they may not respect us as parents, especially if we're single and we're dating, right? They
Right.
may not respect the person that we might be dating or involved in, and they may not like them or whatever the case is. But this is our relationship, and we have to set boundaries with them. Otherwise, we listen. I only got. Let me say this. I'm. I hopefully I got another good 10 years before I'm 71. Okay. Let me start there. I got a good 71 years before. So at this point, if don't nobody like it, I listen. I don't care because in the next 10 years, my hey Gail, how you doing?
Hi, Gail. How are you?
Be- because in the next 10 years, I'm gonna be 70 years old, and all we gonna be doing is sitting up watching TV with each other anyway. So whoever, and if it's a problem, I don't listen. You know what I'm getting ready to say? I don't give a damn. I
You
don't.
know, I
I
don't
don't
blame
give
you.
a damn. I don't give a damn because I've paid my dues already. I have worked all of my life. I have taken care of my children. They have of age and whatever they have a problem with at this point in my life. You already know what I'm getting ready to say. I don't
Say it.
give a damn. I don't give a damn
Sometimes you
because
got to
I
worry
got
about yourself.
maybe 10 good years. And when I say 10 good years, I mean in my healthy years where I'm still able to travel and do certain things without worrying about my back going out, without worry about my knees buckling up going backwards, without worrying about my feet swelling up after I done walked 10 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
yes,
coming. My
yes.
mother say, keep living. And Lord have mercy, it's coming. So
Yep.
I want to enjoy these next 10 years of my life. I really
Exactly.
do.
And
And
everybody wants to be involved with somebody that they can coddle with and that care for them. You know what I'm saying? Next week, y'all, April 19th, I'll be 55 years old, God willing. I'm gonna knock on wood. But I'm gonna tell you, I still feel that there's still time for me. But I agree with Stephanie. I got a couple more good years in me, and after that, it is what it is.
yeah,
It
because when
looks
you turn, let me tell you, are you 50? You 50, right? No.
oh, I'm 54 right now.
Sure. Okay, so when you turned 50, that's when everything went to hell. I'm telling you. That when I tell you the minute it wasn't even a second past midnight, I woke up and couldn't move. My back was hurting. I cried. I was like, "Oh Lord," I felt it. So
Hmm.
once you get past that 50 zone and you didn't raise your kids, and especially now that we 60, girl,
What did
bye.
Tommy say, girl? He said, "What about when we have a something?" I can't. My phone won't let me see
He
all
said,
of
"What about when we love a damn fool?" Hey,
it, dude. That was a decision you made and a choice that you dealt with. Hey, if
and
you think
listen,
about you dating a fool, then you
and
foolish for
listen.
sticking around. You
No, no,
foolish.
listen. No, they ain't foolish. They got a damn fool too.
And it looks like Gail, is that
He a
Curry?
damn fool.
Gail Coney. She said good topic and she laughed
Yeah,
out
laughing
loud.
out loud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We love a damn fool. Yeah, that damn fool got a damn fool. It's two fools.
Hey, Tommy boy, I'ma just say this. If you love a fool, a damn fool, that's what you said, right? And they love you, I agree with Stephanie. Both of y'all. Both of y'all. Both of y'all fools.
He
Because
is
you
not. Trust and believe you me. He is not excluded.
he not
He is
excluded
all the
at all.
way included.
I'm telling you. Because you know what? Foolish is what foolish does.
Yep, yep. But and that's okay. I mean, listen, we love who we love, right?
Yes.
no matter what that person is incapable of or capable of. At the end of the day, we love who we love. Falling in love is already hard enough. And when we do eventually fall in love, and things may happen and things might disintegrate to just the plain old love, but you have to remember we was in love with that person and we love who we love. Those feelings really never go away, no matter who they are or how they are. We have learned to accept
Mm-hmm.
imperfection.
What Tommy say?
Y'all stay out of my damn business.
Dude, you putting it out there. Hey, that's what Sassy T all about. We talking
Sassy
about what
T,
you don't want to talk about.
we talk about the things that people don't really want to talk about. And I don't
Hmm.
mind talking about it because I'm a realist. I keep things 100. I don't care.
You
I'm going
know
to
why,
tell it.
y'all? We Aries over here.
Yeah, we definitely Aries. And then you never know what might fly out my mouth. People will tell you anything will fly out that girl's mouth.
Man, but you be speaking facts, you be speaking truth.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
and,
be
and
speaking from
you give.
love. Most of the time, Terralisa, I speak from true love. I really do. And because if I say something and if I'm telling the truth, it's nothing bad about someone speaking the truth on someone because
Janae,
I love you well enough. I'm
let
gonna
him
say it
out.
where the next person may not even tell you or say it and have you
Oh,
out here looking
yes.
like a fool. But I'm gonna be the one who speak to you in your ear. So
Yep,
take it for that because I don't even have to say anything.
yep,
You could
yep,
just, but because of the love that a person have, and you speak of the truth to it, and I don't care if it's a friend or a boyfriend or whatever the case is, and you speak in truth, let that be your truth to them, and let them respect that because understand that that person care about you
that
enough
they
to
care.
say the
Some
truth.
people, if they don't care about you, they ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
So what did Gail say just now? That's
Called unconditional love. Yes, it is. And
yes,
when you
yes,
have
yes.
unconditional love for a friend, for a family member, a significant other, or whatever it is, that's unconditional love when you can go to somebody and say something about their imperfection,
Mm-hmm.
right? Only because I'm saying it out of love, it's not out of jealousy. And the first thing is, oh, she jealous. Or no, it's not. I'm just telling you what I see.
Yep.
I only
On the
tell you what I
outside
see
looking in,
from the outside looking in because when we on the inside, sometimes
we
we
don't see it.
right because a lot of people then brought out what I hey and I accept it. I was like, yep. I'll be like, yeah, you're right. I do that.
You know, I'm
But
like that too. I'm
yeah,
not privy to being called out for my BS or whatever I'm doing. I'd
yeah,
rather for you tell me the truth to my face than talk about me behind my back and lie on me. Don't do
yep,
that. Don't do
yep,
that because I'm not gonna do that to you. You
yep.
know, and I agree with the unconditional love. I believe that sometime our statute as a woman, we do decide that we go above and beyond to unconditionally love people and things.
Yes, we
Is
do.
one thing I wanted to make a point about the dating gap. So I worked with a woman who was 73 years old, and her longtime boyfriend came back in a picture, and he was 91. So
Ooh,
there was a little age gap between them. They rekindled their love from being teenagers, and then they got married.
ooh,
Although they were married, she was 72, he was 91. They got married. They had a good 7 years of marriage together before he passed away. And
mm,
I think he wanted to be loved and be in a relationship with someone that he could trust and be around before he expired. And I get
yes,
that. And I think
yep,
everybody wants that in their life. But at one point or another, you have to make a conscious decision that if you're going to be in this relationship with somebody, again, it's got to be with that person, not your
yep,
family. You got to keep people out of your business, you know?
absolutely,
You have to. You have to because if you don't, they will destroy what you love and what loves you. And
yes.
I'm telling you, it just don't always work out that way. What Tommy say? I'm about ready to laugh. I
I
know.
I didn't know. I don't know why Sassy T trying to break up my happy home. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. I
You
didn't know
already know
you.
what Sassy T about, what
I
we
didn't
stand
know he
for.
had a home. I thought he was homeless.
Oh, ooh,
I'm just
Tommy boy, you
kidding.
just started something now. Let me Let me make sure I pay some more homage here. Let me give some more shouts out to some people because I love this. I love what we do. So I want to get shop with MUA Jock at www.makeupIsMyLife.com. Shop with her for all your beauty needs. Man, I be on her page seeing stuff. She's doing a very good job. She does beautiful makeovers, all these different things. And then I want to give a shout out to April Williams, the oil lady. If you interested in some beautiful smelling oils with, she makes soaps, she makes lotions, she makes oils. She has wonderful smells. Check her out. Check her out. Go on her page on Facebook. And then again, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. James, Jock, I'm only saying it because of business. James, I love you, man, for making sure that we do this every day on this platform. All the people should be respectful to your vision, and I love it. George F. Grundy II, I love you, man, for always taking out the time of your day to do this for us when you really don't have to because you have a life. I understand. And Larry Lott, I love you too because I'm telling you, without you, all y'all together is the glue for us to do this on this platform. And I thank you all. The shows that I'm doing, the content that we're bringing, all the things that we're doing, we owe and dedicate this to you all. So I appreciate that. I'm just saying. But
And I do
back,
too. Let's make that clear.
make that very clear.
I do too.
That's right. That's right. And y'all, check out Stephanie's page. Stephanie doing a lot of good things too, She's
Hmm.
got their tax business going on. April 15th is just around the corner, people.
Yep, it's the end of the road. It's
It's
the
the end of
end
the
of the
road.
road. And I'm here. I don't even say too much now because my phone be ringing. But yep, you can keep calling though if you got to get them done.
Yep, give her a shout out, give her a call, whatever you got to
Hmm.
do. And I want to give a shout out to Charlisa King Kyles, my partner, man. I'm telling you, she's out here. The book she's about to drop, y'all check her out on April 26th at my next event at Levels. I want to give a shout out to Dink Sosa and also to Tez and to Art Woodson. I told y'all, man, vote for him. Vote for him. He's making a difference for the people in our community. I'm going to
Yep.
be voting for him. I don't care if I'm in that ward or not. I can still vote. I could still vote. So
Yep. Yep.
that, I love what I do. I got love for you too for always being available to be on my show when I need you to be here on
Yes,
Sassy
absolutely.
T, bringing it. You're delivering, we deliver. So
Thank you.
when Stephanie gets started, y'all better be right there too, right
You
on her side.
you
Like, out.
yep, absolutely. 100%.
He talking about now. He talking we breaking up his happy home and
I would be standing outside the studio protesting in a diaper and a cowboy hat. You know what? He is a fool. Yeah.
hey,
And if I
if
see
you
that,
don't have boots
I
on the ground
listen.
playing, you can do that.
I'm not even calling 911. I'm calling the paramedics.
Oh
I'm,
man, you gonna call?
I'm calling the paramedics. 911. Can I get a paramedic, please? No. I
Man,
bet.
Tommy boy, why would you do that? Why would protest in front of us like that? Don't do that. First off, I love cowboy hats and I love cowboy boots, especially with some jeans, not a diaper.
Mm. And
Stephanie, did
I
he
and I-
really
and
say diaper?
listen, I love diapers. I use a lot of them over here. So if you got some, bring them. Bring all the diapers.
Y'all, I'm telling
I'm
y'all,
using
this
all kinds of diapers over here.
and don't forget, y'all check me out on Amazon. I'm writing these books, I'm putting this word out, I'm stirring the gift that God gave me. When I was at Levels today, it was some beautiful poets. Shout out to Brennan Ferguson brought it today. Ooh, she had us laugh, engage. It was called Poetry in Motion today. And then Serenity Walker was on there doing her thing. I even sang me some karaoke today, y'all. I'm telling you. And then we had, oh Mandy Rosa was in
Right.
the building, y'all. When I tell you, that lady right there, that music, that's her own music, y'all. She wrote that. And get on there, www. That's it, too many W's in it. www.whatyoujuicing.com. Think that's
Okay.
what it is. What you juicing. Remember you said it looked like I had a concoction of you know what going on?
Yeah.
I gotta get me some order because I love her juice. And Gail said, Bring a straight
Bring a
jacket.
straight jacket,
You really sound like Stephanie now, Gail, because she always talking about putting Mike in a high chair or a straight jacket.
a high chair. Well, we gonna need the little step stool for him to get out.
Oh my
We blazing
Lord.
you right now, Tommy boy. We blazing you.
Yeah, man.
You
I'm
asked for
telling you.
this.
I'm telling you. I enjoy, today I turned lemons into lemonade today. And this
Yes, you
is the
did.
icing on the cake for me. Because it was some trials and tribulations this past weekend. And
Mm,
I'm learning to manifest through them. And as I continue to uh, lean on the Lord and stand by what I do, I hold myself accountable for everything, all my actions. And I hope you
mm,
all do the same out there. Stephanie,
mm.
what do you think our listeners is the most important about this show today? Our listeners need to know.
Um, I think the most important thing to take in from this is to be transparent about being yourself and standing still and standing 10 toes firm for what you want. And for the children in this dating game, know that it is not cool to be 16 trying to date an older man or an older woman. That ain't cool. 16, 17, even 18-year-old dating a older person. That is not cool. You guys should be working on building your education, your portfolio up for life. You should be working on building a life portfolio so that by the time you're 25, you are on you because what when I see this, what can a younger person even offer a older person other than sex? I'm just gonna keep it real.
Let's
I
keep
mean,
it
what?
real. Just keep it real.
What can that younger person offer? And I used to say, what can I offer? Let's use me and say that I'm 16 years old, I'm 17, and I like this older guy, right? What in the world do I have to offer this young man or this older man that's 27, 28 years old? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. And for these young girls out here, get your life portfolio together. Go to school. Nowadays, these young kids don't like college. I get it. I didn't like college either. But let's get a trade. Let yeah,
What
let's get a
Go ahead, babe.
stay
Go ahead.
alive and drink Coke 45. Bye.
Who said that?
Let you know who.
Tommy boy,
That
what did RJ say? I see he said amen, but then after that he said, I'm 33 trying to find me.
somebody who is 63. I want neck bones and chili. Wait a minute, RJ. Now you might be on to something. See, now you might be on to some woman that can cook a good meal. My mama always say, "What is it? Somebody help me out, Gail. I know you can help me out.
to feed him, the way to keep a man happy is feed him something like that.
Through the stomach or something like
Do the
that."
stomach something, yeah.
See, now we on to something. So if that 33-year-old don't have a job and she ain't got no education and she can put her apron on and get in the kitchen and burn, RJ, you might be on to something.
You might. You might. That's a
You
30-year
hear?
age gap. He went above, I said 5, 10, 15, 20. He went above that with the 30, but that's okay though, because if that works for you,
Yeah,
don't let nobody
yeah.
come
That
between that and destroy that
he's
for you.
listen. If them neck bones and that chili smelling good, woo! Hey, I might get me a 70-year-old that can burn.
Throw
Don't
something
be
on the
mad
grill.
because my man is switching in the kitchen. Don't be mad. Don't be don't be my man is switching in the kitchen.
Switching in the
Cause
kitchen.
I ain't
Oh
doing no
my
switching
God.
in the kitchen. I ain't doing not a lick of that. I ain't switching in my kitchen, your kitchen, or nobody else's kitchen.
Man. And Tommy talking about stay alive and drink Coke 45. Man, you keep drinking that Coke 45, that's rock good. You ain't gonna be alive. That ain't that ooh-wee. That's like
He don't
that's that real malt liquor.
That's some craziness right there.
I know. He gonna do
But
something, say something, keep us on our toes.
I think everybody should get a little something out of this, especially as us as parents trying to cope with our older children in the dating life. With the younger crowd looking for the younger generation, the teens looking for somebody older. That's not cool. I think everybody could really get something about the men being fathers and teaching their children life, some of the parts of the things that we need, that our children need to carry on out here, for the women of being mothers, to doing their motherly part, and teaching them what we done been through. Use what you've been through to teach them not to go through, and
Yep.
give them ways of understanding, to do better than us. We always want our kids to be exceptionally better. I want mine to be 1,000% better than me, have
Hmm.
a whole lot more than me. I think that's the ultimate goal. And so I think everybody on this platform that's watching could get a little something from this.
Yes, and I definitely agree with all that. And my take on it is, I think that as we network together and we realize what is at stake in life for us as parents, as the youth that are growing into grown-ups, before they become parents, I think they really need to realize the process and what we go through to make this happen for them. I think that the viewers today should take from this and say, I've got to make a decision in my life. Is this decision going to work for me in the long run, or is it for the short run? Is this decision that I make going to change things or make things better for me? So as we learn to lean on each other, depend on each other, love one another, I think once you get in a relationship with somebody, you got to take all of those aspects into that relationship. You got to have some grace, you got to have some clarity, you got to have some boundaries. You have to have all these things to take in consideration before you decide to say, hey, I am in this relationship for what reasons? I think everybody needs a reason. You need a reason. You don't just jump into a relationship and then be like, okay, we're gonna do whatever happens next. You gotta have a plan. What girl? Read it, read it, read it. What would he say? Because I've seen it pop up with his crazy self.
I swear to God, somebody block his phone. He
What did he
said,
say?
Steph, he said, your therapist just called and said you missing from early floor 2.
Your therapist just called. So Tommy boy, you saying she done snuck out? What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
That's
You trying to say my
exactly what he
co-host is
tried.
crazy?
Yes. And I just snuck out from early. Listen, you tell him I'll be back in a minute. You call him back and tell him I'll be back in a minute for my meds, okay?
Uh-oh. Like that dang on commercial, like I'm like Big Lou, he's on meds too.
Because at the end of the day, we all might need a little something. Shit. I mean, there's life will take it through there. I'm telling you.
Hmm.
Hey, I don't know, but I'm telling you, but make sure these kids ain't the only thing that's regulating over here is that water meter and that consumer power meter. Ain't nobody regulating nothing over here. And make sure us as adults, you stand when we have earned the rights to do what we want to do,
Amen.
when we want to do it, and how we want to do it, and moving forward in the next 10, these last 10 good years, I say, of what, without your knees and your throwing out and your toes swelling up and your back gone. So yeah, don't let
Every time you
nobody.
say that back throwed out, you know I'm all like, what she mean by that?
Yeah, yeah, girl, you ain't you. That means you don't have a bad back, because when that
Girl.
back
You know
get
what?
thrown out.
I'm very thankful that, I mean, my little minor aches and pains, I really can't complain. But I'm gonna tell you, the other, what, 2 weeks ago, I woke up and I got out of bed and my knee kind of like one. I said, "Ooh, I know I got good knee." I said, "I know I got good knees. My knee feel like it's turning 55 before I am. Slow down, slow down. Give me a
Oh
chance
yeah,
now." You
yeah.
know.
But that's why I say we have to take advantage of the time that we have,
Hmm.
and and
And that's
and
why we
make
don't play
yourself.
no
And that
games.
goes for you, Terra Lisa. Date your older guy, and don't worry about what nobody else thinks, say, or do, and you enjoy it, and then just kind of listen, and it might be something that's therapeutic for you. You never know.
Never know. But I can tell you this, I'm not going to run from it. I'm not afraid of it. I just feel that it's certain things in my life I wanted to have in order before I say, okay, I'm going to date again. But you know what? Time waits for no one. And I'm not going to sit up here and keep on putting my life on hold because of that. So I've made the
Because it
decision that,
might be on
okay,
hold for a long time. My
yeah.
mother told me when I was got married, I was telling her, waiting to have a baby. I wanted to have everything planned out. I wanted to be making good money. Mama said, if you gonna wait for all that, you ain't gonna never have no kids. Cause the more money you make, the more you gonna spend and the more bills you gonna have. So she
Hmm.
said, if you keep waiting on things to get better in life, she said things might get better, but not never be that great. So don't you wait for your greatness. She said, even the rich people are still waiting for greatness.
Yeah, and I feel like that even with with church, same thing. You know, people say, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. Some people have church hurt. Some people just say, I ain't got nothing to wear. I gotta wait on this, I gotta wait on that. And they keep waiting. Every day they put in a different circumstance in their life that's stopping them from do something. And again, it's not just all about church, it's
Mhm.
about daily life. Some people do that and don't want to go get a job. Some people do that and don't want to get out and then make something of themselves. They're too busy want to sit back and see what the next person doing and judging people. You can't do that. You got to make a decision to do what you need to do for you.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep. And Tommy boy, you took the words out of my mouth. Like, share, and subscribe to Out of the Mud Inc. Please share this show on your Facebook page because I can tell you now, you may be putting a message in the universe that's going to help somebody to sustain themselves, to
Yep.
realize that the age gap doesn't stop you from being in love with somebody or being in tune with somebody. You have to make sure that the age gap is not somebody in their teens and an adult. I'm talking about strictly adults.
Yep.
Strictly adults.
Strictly adults. And
Yes.
follow, because when you follow us, it'll also come up on your Facebook page, I do believe. When you start following us, and when the show get ready to pop on, it'll just automatically come up, and it doesn't cost a dime to
Come on.
to like, share, or follow. It does cost a dollar to subscribe. Everybody got a dollar.
I don't think it
I
costs a
mean,
dollar to subscribe. I think you just hit
I
subscribe and
think.
you're done.
Oh, is it? Because I think one time I tried to subscribe to somebody and they said 99 cents. I said, what?
Some people do. I think that's just
And
how
I
they
said,
set it up.
what? Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was free, but I could be wrong because
I don't
I
know.
just,
Somebody let us know. Is it free to subscribe or do you pay? I'm not for sure. But
and
it doesn't cost nothing to like and share and follow. I know that for a fact.
I mentioned this a little. They say it's
Oh,
free.
okay. It's free. Okay.
Who said that?
The host.
Oh, so um, hey, when we talk about like, sharing, subscribing, and all this good stuff, and all, I didn't lost my thought. I was going to say something about that.
Yeah.
Um, oh, so when you're on the Out of the Mud link, and like when we share it on our page, if you're out there and you're watching it, like I said, if you share it too, you can still comment on the page, even though it's not live. You can still comment, and we'll see those comments, and we will respond. You may have something that you might not caught the whole show. You might have caught the ending of the show,
Yeah.
But nevertheless, get on there and check it out because
And you
we
might
have
have
some good
something
stuff to
to
talk about.
say.
And you might have something to say. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hear. We always want to hear other people's opinion. Not just ours, but everybody else's other
You
opinion
know.
when we having these conversations because of what other people take on it. Because we come from where we are and what we see and what we experience, but we need other people on here to chime in, and we like to know what you think and what you experience, and sometimes because that could save somebody's life. That could help somebody's mental. What you might think or that you can provide to the show to
Mm-hmm.
help someone.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, there's other podcasters on this platform that you never know. They may have a good message for you as well. So when you like, share, subscribe, and follow, you'll get all those details each and every time they go on air. Tommy just dropped something else on here. We're almost about to wrap up, but what did he say, Stephanie?
I got to go heading to the diaper store. You know what? And
Girl,
then I need you to check back in too somewhere at McLaren.
oh,
Don't come to Hurley where I'm at. I need you to go to McLaren.
Go to Genesis. No, I'm just
Go to
kidding.
Genesis. We
On
need you to
Holly
go
Road.
way far out
On Holly Road. Yeah, that's
there.
crazy. He is something else. But I tell you, well, I'm glad I ain't got to check into no facility. What do you say? Amen.
Man, yeah.
All right now. As always, I enjoy having these conversations. I know we be putting up some touchy subjects that people don't want to discuss. But it gotta be talked about.
Yep.
Conversation is key. If we don't conversate about the things we're going through,
Mm-hmm.
what's the use of us talking at all? What you want to lie your way through life, sugarcoat everything, have that false advertising like most people do on Facebook.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry I said that, but I mean it is the truth.
But it is the truth. I mean, you know, that's another subject. That's another podcast. Some people be on Facebook. I love
I'm
to
gonna
see
write that
everybody
down.
happiness. Yes, I love to see everybody happiness and thriving and stuff like that. But for me, I think I stopped coming on Facebook because and posting so much because it's not about me always being happy. I want to start coming on there and talk about the times where I'm going through something, right? Because we're not always having good days. We sometimes have those bad days. And I want to be able to come through there and just say, you know what, I'm having a bad day. And, maybe I need somebody to talk to, get in my car and say, what y'all want to talk about? Let's talk about something, Let's talk about what's going on in politics or at McDonald's or whatever the case is. Because, this is real life out here. Real life is not always happy times for us,
It's not.
especially in these days. Things that with food going up, gas is going up, our utilities is going up. So and we can't even I can't even get in my car and just ride around the corner, just look at people no more. I can't do that. I used to just drive around.
Oh
You know, I
wow.
I said, no, my gas tank costs almost $90 to fill up now.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I drive a Silverado truck, so I don't even want to say what it's gonna cost to fill up.
Right. So it is not always happy times right now. So I said I'm gonna start getting on, and just if I'm gonna get on Facebook, I'm gonna just keep it 100.
So Tommy said, "You getting there?" Is that what he said?
Oh, keep it for the out of the mud. Oh yeah, I will. That's what I said. We going That's another topic for out of the mud. But I was speaking on when I used to get on Facebook. I used to get on Facebook and show little pictures that people ain't noticed. I haven't been on Facebook like that no more.
So
I
Stephanie,
haven't.
I think our next show on Sunday, I'm gonna go on and say it because this is what we're gonna talk about. Let's gather all the information we can. Facebook versus, well, not versus, Facebook or fake book.
Period.
Because you know what?
Facebook or fake book. I like that.
Yep,
Period.
we're gonna do that on our next Sunday. And that's crazy because that's gonna be on my birthday. But
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
can't
do
wait
this
for
show.
that one.
We're gonna
I
do this
can't.
show.
I can. Steph, it was called stalking.
Well, they say it's a good thing, Steph.
It was called stalking. I don't stalk nobody's Facebook page. Now let me give. Don't let me. Don't. I wait. I be lying. I do get on there and look at some people page that I'm curious. Like, what the hell is going on right here? Who is do what? Yeah, I will.
Yeah, but like you
But
said, people
I'm
get
gonna
on
say
there.
that. I'm gonna say that for next week though. I'm gonna
Please,
say that.
that's why I said I got my notebook right here. Every time we saying something in
I'm gonna
regards to
say
that, I'm
that
writing
for
my
next
notes.
week.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I would say that one for next week. You right.
Yep. Because hey, everybody and ooh, yeah, ooh, let's stop. Let's stop. Don't talk about that no more. Because I'm just gonna go there with some other stuff. So yeah, we're
Me
gonna save
too.
that one. We're gonna save that one. So basically, we got about 6 more minutes here on the show. And I just want you all to know that Stephanie and I really appreciate you tuning in, chiming in on the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe to Out of the Mud Inc. And you know what? Y'all don't get to see the people behind the scene, but we shout them out. James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, George F. Grundy II, and Larry Lott. Those are the guys behind the scene. We're just the image in the front right now. But you know what? The Out of the Mud Inc. is a family. And we're gonna be doing some new stuff. Me and Stephanie, we were the first one to kick it off, out of the mud on the go. And I'm looking forward to us doing that again.
Yep, me too. On the
That was
go, so
fun.
that we might be able to capture some positive things out here in Flint that people are really doing and thriving to make the city of Flint better. Maybe we can catch that and bring it to people that needs to see this, that's unable to get out. You
Right.
know, they got people that's unable to get out and see things and do things. So if we can catch it for you, we'll be glad to bring it to you. And I
Hmm.
think that that's what that out of the mud on the go will provide for the
Yep.
people that just can't really get out. And it's a lot of us. And I think about my mom, when I think about that, her being at her age and how she used to be out here catching it all. She used to kick it down there at the Omen Temple and at Lottie's place.
The
Now
golden
she
leaf.
can't at the Golden Leaf. And every now and then she'll ask me, well, what's going on out there? What's going on at the such and such? I said, Mama, you don't even want to know right now. I said, things ain't the same. It ain't like it was when you was coming up. But it would be good for us, I think, to capture that type of stuff
I
where
think
she
so.
can look on the tablet and when I can say, well, Mom, we're gonna be here, you can be able to see it. And I can put that tablet in front of her and she can see what's going
And
on like out
reminisce.
there and reminisce and the things that are the city of Flint where she used to be. Cause believe
Right.
you me, she walked these streets out here all through Flint and to see the changes that's going on because she can't see those right now. So, and that goes for any other elderly person or people that's
Amen.
handicapped that can't get out, that want to see some things out here. Maybe out of the mud can bring that to them
On the go. That's right. And I
on the
agree
go.
with that. I definitely agree. I got an idea from one of the producers, and it was Red Alert Fight Life. And as I continue to talk with boxers and go into these boxing matches and stuff like that, I'm going to bring footage back with me to Out of the Mud, so that therefore, as these things get collaborated together, that's also bringing things back to home. We're bringing it home. We're bringing it
Mhm.
home. So Stephanie and I gonna keep on doing what we do, and you all keep tuning in now, because you never know what
Absolutely.
message is going to affect your life or touch you. Stephanie, what did he say before we get off air?
The stick and move was down there Wednesday at the Golden Leaf. If my mama got out the bed and was down there at the Golden Leaf Wednesday, we gonna have a problem. Cause at this point, I'm not changing no more diapers. Okay, I'm done. Cause
Your butt is crazy. And what does he mean by
I'm
stick
not.
and move? Somebody
That's
gets
because my mama used to stick and move, and that's he
oh
nicknamed her that. My mother drove this Yukon out here, and baby, she used to be on the move, pulling up on everybody, and I mean everybody. That's why
girl.
one day Mike said, well, where your mama at? I said, she at home in the bed. Next thing you know, she done flew by the house, then blew and then backed up and pulled in the driveway. And I'm thinking she at home in the bed. We call it
Girl,
stick and move.
heck no. Well, you know what's crazy is that as we've been on this show today, the lighting was beautiful. You can tell you were outside. The weather was great. I got my
It's getting
front door
dark
open.
now.
And now I'm starting to see the shadow casting. And I keep looking at the door, like, see, if it's dark at my house, is it dark at your house? Because at first it was a little dark here, but it was still
I'm
light there.
outside.
I know. I got my front door open, and I can just keep
I'm
looking out the
looking
door.
at this crazy Northern High School right now. It's a ridiculous. It's just a shame. We're gonna talk about that on one of these podcasts.
Let
This
me
is
write that
crazy.
down. Yep, that's crazy how
Yes.
we're going to talk about all those schools that they were thriving, and now all of a sudden the world just don't care about
It,
them
it,
no
it,
more.
it wasn't nothing with Northern wrong with Northern High School. When I tell you, if
What?
I could turn
Yeah.
this camera around and show y'all this Northern High School, it is a shame. It's a shame.
What did, girl? Well, we ain't got that much time. We got 2 minutes left. We're going to talk about that. I wrote that down for one of our subjects to talk about the Northern High School. I want to know what happened to all these schools, like the Central, Whittier, those schools. What are they doing? Man, we're going to talk about schools. All right, y'all. We've been on here. Can you hear me, Stephanie? I can't hear you. We no. We've been on this show. I can't hear you. we've been on this show doing what we do and talking and engaging in conversations that most people don't even want to talk about. We've been diving deep into those situations. I can't hear you. But Stephanie gave some wonderful pointers to what she had to say, and I hope y'all take that into heart. But right now, unfortunately, we got to come to an end. My belly started growling. I'm getting hungry. It's time to eat something. But Stephanie, I wish we can hear you. But I know from the bottom of her heart she loved you all too. And we're gonna say good night. Have a great day. Sassy T, we're done.